Hello, church. It's good to see you today. I want to bring you something different. I'm going to be doing a daily devotional series out of a devotional workbook that I believe really does help because it's helped me and I believe it will help you as well. It's called the Life Recovery Devotional, and I believe this will be a blessing to everyone who hears this word. So today's devotion is day one in step one, which is we admitted that we were powerless over our dependencies and that our lives had become unmanageable. Admitting that we're powerless and that we can't manage our lives is a very, very important step. Today's reading is titled Like Little Children, and it's reading out of Mark 10:13 through 16, which says, One day some parents brought their children to Jesus so he could touch and bless them, but the disciples scolded the parents for bothering him. When Jesus saw what was happening, he was angry with the disciples. He said to them, Let the children come to me, don't stop them, for the kingdom of God belongs to those who are like these children. I tell you the truth, anyone who doesn't receive the kingdom of God like a child will never enter it. Then he took the children in his arms and placed his hands on their heads and blessed them. For many of us in recovery, memories of childhood are memories of the terrors associated with being powerless. If we were raised in families that were out of control, where we were neglected, abused, or exposed to domestic violence and family dysfunction, the thought of being powerless might be unreasonably frightening. We have silently vowed never again to feel as vulnerable as we did when we were children. Jesus tells us that the first step into the kingdom of God is to become like a little child. And this involves being powerless. He said, I tell you the truth, anyone who doesn't receive the kingdom of God like a child will never enter it. In any society, children are the most dependent members. They have no inherent power for self-protection, no means to ensure that their lives will be safe, comfortable, or fulfilling. Little children are singularly reliant on the love, care, and nurture of others for their most basic needs. They must cry out, even though they may not know exactly what they need. They must trust their lives to someone who is more powerful than they, and hopefully they will be heard and lovingly cared for. We too must dare to admit that we are truly powerless if our lives are to become healthy. This doesn't mean we have to become victims again. Admitting our powerlessness is an honest appraisal of our situation in life and a positive step toward recovery. Discovering our powerlessness is the first step toward wholeness. So what does that mean for you and I? Well, it means realizing that since we are powerless to change our situation by ourselves, being vulnerable enough, being open enough, being honest enough with God to say, I can't do this by myself, Lord, but I know you can. I want you to help me. Please help me, Lord. You know, it's not that difficult, but then again, it is that difficult because between the fear of being let down again, there's also the pride of if you've gotten through all that adversity in your life and now you're a functioning adult, even if you are addicted to whatever it is that you're addicted to, you might feel prideful that, well, I did this all by myself, I don't need any help. Well, you know what? If you're in addiction, you do need help because honestly, I was in addiction and I didn't have any way of being able to get out of it myself. And so I needed to turn to God and say, you know what? I give up. I know I can't do it by myself. I won't be able to do it by myself, but I know you can. And so being open and honest and willing to say, I need help, God, please help me, is the first step toward recovery and toward a life free from the chains that used to bind us in addiction. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys again tomorrow for day 2 of this devotional. God bless.